am going to be completely honest with you, I am not one to care for awards. I truly don't think it is a defining character of talent. Most of them are a popularity contest, and in my books popular has never meant good. There is an intersection in the two categories, sometimes, but the two are not synonymous for me. With that said, I am not here to make predictions for who wins Rookie of the Year at MAMA or any other award show, especially after the whole KBS debacle. We know companies exploit these wins for their groups. I am here to talk about the talent, especially female talent, that has debuted this year. And I do say female talent because not a single boy group or male soloist that debuted this year holds a candle to these women. So let's together gush about the talented women of K-pop. At number 5 we have KEP1ER. Formed from the Mnet survival show Girls Planet 999, this group follows in the footsteps of IVE and is *1. They have not in retrospect achieved the same success as their predecessors, but that isn't due to lack of talent but rather because of a company that cannot play to their strengths. This trend seems to be changing though. Up and Wadadada are poles apart. While the later is an attempt to fit in with what's trendy, the other is refreshing, fits their vibe and plays to the girls' strength. Up is a great song, but it's still playing safe and not be adventurous or bold in the way KEP1ER needs to be to stand out. This again is not due to lack of talent. If you watch clips from Girls Planet 999, you will see just how talented some of these girls are. I mean, I watch their version of Snake on a regular basis. And even on Queendom, their rendition of The Boys by Girls' Generation was so good. Like so good. What they need right now is a good song. Like a really, really good song. I am not sure if they plan to make a comeback this year again or not, but their biggest disadvantage is the lack of time on their hands. They are a temporary group, their contact is about 2 to 3 years long, they need to make the most of the time they have at their hands. I think for their next comeback they should really stick to a dance-heavy song, and they can do this within the futuristic theme they started the group with. They can continue with the whole planets and space theme, and the song could be very electro-pop. I mean, Y2K is very trendy right now, play into that soundscape with this. Just do a good dance break. How are you going to have Hikaru and Xiaoting in your group and not have a phenomenal dance break for these girls? At this point Wake1 should just hire me for the job. At this point KEP1ER should be preparing for a comeback sometime in October or November, it's just in time to promote for award season. I really have hope for these girls. I know a lot of K-pop fans are super invested in them because of the survival show, and it's time to do these girls justice. Next we have NMIXX. Being from one of the big 3 companies, they really had big shoes to fill. I mean, we are talking about the company that gave us Wonder Girls, Miss A and TWICE. Arguably some of the most successful K-pop girl groups of all time. For their 4th-gen girl groups though, I feel like JYP has kind of missed the mark. Both ITZY and NMIXX suffer from the same issue, lack of concept. With Wonder Girls you had retro, with Miss A you had woman empowerment with a sexy and fierce blend, and with TWICE you had cutesy pop fun. All very true to their generations, but they made it their own. With the newer groups it feels like JYP wants to latch onto the trend but fails to make it fit the group. Doing trendy stuff is not bad, but you want to add a bit of your individuality to it to make it unique. With ITZY they jumped on the girl crush bandwagon, and with NMIXX they're jumping on the experimental sound and lore-heavy concept. Thankfully they didn't do too much of the lore, or people would literally call NMIXX Walmart version of aespa. The difference between ITZY and NMIXX is prominent though, and its talent. I am not saying ITZY are not talented, but of the three talents needed to succeed as a K-pop group, namely singing, rapping and dancing, they only succeed in one. NMIXX, while being amazing dancers, can easily match with ITZY, are also phenomenal vocalists. I know everyone only mentions Lily's vocals when they talk about NMIXX because she stands out so much, but the other girls can sing. They are so talented, all they need now is for JYP to guide them through the industry properly. If JYP can stick to a good concept for them and then build their own soundscape around it, then they can truly succeed. We all saw the train wreck that was OO, and with their comeback set for this month, I am truly hoping for something good. Maybe something unique and fun, something to draw a newer audience in. I am not exaggerating when I say that theirs will be the most anticipated comeback of the year. I can honestly say that if it wasn't for the other two groups on this list, then they would truly win all the awards in this category in every award show. I am going to be the first to say this Fearless is not that good of a song, but a lot of people seem to like it, so I guess it explains its success on the charts. Or maybe it's a lot of people who like Chaewon and Sakura, and that's why the song is doing well. Either way, the song is not it, but the album truly is genius. They have some of my favorite B-sides of the year in this one album. And the musical talent that they have with vocals and dance is just wow. Their choreographies have to be the best in these 5 groups. Now with SSERAFIM, I am pretty cautious because of all the drama that has surrounded their debut. The most obvious one was Kim Garam. Her bullying scandal and subsequent departure from the group was a lot. It's actually kind of a good thing that the group has already established idols in the industry like Sakura and Chaewon in the group, because if it wasn't for them and the trust that their fans bring, I don't think the group could have survived through this. With her departure, it actually turned out to be a good thing for them. I mean, if you see their views before and after her, there is a huge difference. I do wonder how this will affect their creative dynamic though. She was a pretty strong vocalist, so their next comeback will have to be very telling of how the positions get managed amongst all members. Of everything to come out of this year and this group, my favorite thing has to be the gift that is Yeonjun. I have such a girl crush on her. She is so cool and funny and talented. Like, she is so talented. I mean, which other idols in the first year of being idols are giving you self-produced songs for free? Her vocal abilities are phenomenal, and so is her dancing skills and stage presence. She is in my top 3 alt idols. I kind of stan this group because of her. I am also super excited about their comeback. The pictures that leaked of the albums in the manufacturing warehouse showed mentions of gems and different gems versions of the albums. One reads, SSERAFIM's second mini-album Sapphire, and the other one reads SSERAFIM's second mini-album Ruby. Maybe they will be just colors, or maybe each member will have a stone that represents them and the concept will revolve around it. Either way, it's going to awesome, and I can't wait to see what they come up with. I want to start by saying that I don't support or condone any of the nonsense that Minher Jin represents or has spoken of. I have kind of strayed away from talking about this on my channel because it is such a sensitive topic, but I plan to make a full in-depth analysis of that separately. For now, I want to talk about the creativity and talent of the group. I do think they come off as more of a SM group rather than a HYBE group. Just the vibe around them is very different from other hype groups, which can be a good thing. If you look at JYP, another company that debuted 2 girl groups in the same generation, ITZY and NMIXX, they seem to have very similar vibes, but SSERAFIM and New Jeans are not. They are poles apart, with one being more polished and luxury while the other being more raw and natural. New jeans do benefit largely from their creative direction and Min Hee Jin rather than their own talents. I mean, I couldn't tell you which member is a vocalist, which a dancer, and which a rapper. And yes, it takes the idol bringing the concept to life for it to see such success, and that's where you should credit the members, but besides their unique style of debut and such an aesthetic-based concept, what do they really bring to the table, you know? Their songs are good songs, but they don't wow you because of the talent of the people performing it. They wow you because of the creativity behind the scenes which the idols had nothing to do with. I personally am not a fan of Attention. I think the soundscape is very outdated. I can see why it's a hit in Korea, but its lack of standing on international charts is visible. With that being said, I do like Hype Boy a lot. I think it's a good song. I don't listen to Cookie because You and Hurt is so-so. I can see potential here, and the fact that the members are so young gives them a lot of time to grow and learn and become better. Again, I can see why most people enjoy them, I just don't. I truly think this whole Min Hee Jin situation left a bad taste in my mouth towards them. Now onto the group who will definitely dominate Gen 4. IVE is a 6-member girl group under Starship Entertainment. It also housed 2 XI-Zone members, Yoojin and Wonyoung. Their popularity is what truly skyrocketed the girls' success. In the grand scheme of K-pop, Starship is not a top-tier company. They have had successful artists like Sistar, but for the most part they have stayed a mid-tier company. This sometimes shows in the repetition of stage outfits and cheap quality as well, but other than that, the group's music is what sets them above all. Their discography is pretty great if you ask me. Their latest release may not be my favorite from them, but it's still miles ahead of what most groups release. They too are a more Korean popular group and have not made a huge impact in the Western market, but they are getting there. My biggest issue with group is the lack of promotions of the less popular members. Like, we all know Liz of IVE, but who is Liz on her own? The company is putting all the focus on Wonyoung, and it could be detrimental to end up with Mrs. Susie situation at hand. But it's a marketing tactic. Wonyoung is the IT girl of Gen 4, so all eyes are on her at all times, and the company is profiting off her fame, and I get that, but they could use that to push the other members too. Overall, I love IVE. They've had a very successful year. I think if New Jeans wasn't in the mix, I could for sure see them win all the awards, but it will be a nail-biter to see the showdown between these two groups for big Rookie of the Year awards like that of Mama or the Korean Music Awards. Either way, I am just looking forward for their next release, even though we are already in a promotional cycle for After Like. Yeah, that's how much I enjoy their music. Are you noticing a decline of women rappers in this generation? I think the hip-hop girl crush sound of 3rd Gen is only being held up by G-Idol at the moment. I don't see any other 4th Gen girl groups focusing on rap, which I am not mad about. I don't like a lot of rap verses in K-pop songs, especially the ones done by girl groups. The girl group Stan and me loved making this video. I do enjoy girl group music a lot more than boy group music, so this was really fun to do. At the end of the day, Gen 4 is not over yet. We could have the next big group debut tomorrow, and all of this fuss would shift towards someone else, but for now, here is the amazing talent that 2022 has given us. That's all from me. What do you think about all the groups that have debuted this year? Share your thoughts in the comments below.